for you all of the highlights of Sonia Gandhi's editorial. She's spoken out on a slew of issues and thereby set the tone for exactly what the Congress's fight in 2024 is going to be all about. The Adani controversy, Rahul Gandhi's disqualification, the allegation of agencies being misused. All of this has been brought up by Sonia Gandhi. Let's get you some of those highlights.
Pillars of Indian democracy being dismantled. BJP, RSS egging on hatred. Verbal gymnastics by Prime Minister to distract. These are just some of the attacks fired by Sonia Gandhi at the Modi government in a detailed editorial. Titled, "An Enforced Silence Cannot Solve India's Problems," Sonia has spoken for the first time on her son Rahul's disqualification, the Adani controversy and much more. Here are some excerpts. Sonia Gandhi has accused the government of resorting to unprecedented measures to disrupt parliament. She says by expunging speeches, attacking MPs and even disqualifying a Congress MP at lightning speed, referring to Rahul Gandhi on the Adani controversy, Sonia has questioned the Prime Minister's silence, saying he makes statements on truths and justice, but allegations of financial fraud are ignored. The former Congress chief did not stop there. She also lashed out at the government, accusing them of undermining the judiciary and misusing central agencies, which prompted a quick reply from the Modi government.
Just a few days back, Chief Justice himself said he is under no duress to perform his duty. He never gets any kind of undue pressure from the government to take or to toe certain lines. Despite that, there are people who are constantly saying that Indian democracy is severely compromised. Indian judiciary is almost dead.
Kiran Rijiju is an illusionary minister. He just doesn't understand the functioning of his own ministry. The way he comments on the judiciary, these are shameful comments. Nobody in his senses would make comments such as this, calling retired judges as anti-national. These are not comments which befit a stature of a minister of law in this country. However, what Sonia ji has written in her article is proven again by Mr. Kiran Rijiju, because these are the threats to our democracy.
The BJP has gone all out to lash out at Sonia Gandhi over her multi-pronged attack at Prime Minister Modi.
सोनिया गांधी जी को बताना होगा, आपके लिए आपका लोकतंत्र राहुल गांधी से शुरू होता है और गांधी परिवार से खत्म होता है। लोकतंत्र मजबूत हो रहा है। सोनिया माता जी, अगर आपका बेटा राजनीति में सफल नहीं हो पाया, लोगों का विश्वास नहीं जीत पाया, तो कृपया करके ऐसी धारणा मत रखिए।
With Sonia's attacks, it's clear that the Congress ahead of 2024 will be sticking to its narrative, putting the focus on agencies' misuse and the Adani storm. Bureau Report, India Today.
So let's get you details of exactly what Sonia Gandhi has said and the retort that's come in from the government, from Kiran Rijiju. Sonia Gandhi alleged in the editorial that the government is dismantling the pillars of democracy. Kiran Rijiju has responded saying this is an illusory statement of the highest improbity, particularly referring to Sonia Gandhi's attack on the judiciary. Let's pull up the next point as well of exactly what Sonia Gandhi has said. She said that the government is misusing central agencies, quoted several instances of that. Kiran Rijiju in response said that this is a privileged family, a coterie that's time and again targeting and criticizing the judiciary. So Kiran Rijiju, the Union Law Minister, questioning that particular statement from Sonia Gandhi. Sonia Gandhi didn't stop there. In fact, in that editorial, she's also gone on to question several other points as well of the government. She's also claimed that violence has been egged on by the BJP and RSS and claimed that the Prime Minister has been silent or rather looked the other way when such kind of hate speeches are made. And you have Rijiju saying that Congress's Modi hatred and misplaced priorities are clearly visible here. Rijiju referring to the fact that you've seen many controversies over below-the-belt comments made by Congress leaders against Prime Minister Modi. Let's in fact tell you also that Sonia Gandhi has lashed out at the Modi government saying that they undermine the Indian judiciary, have mocked and questioned judges' decisions. Now, you've got Kiren Rijiju, the Union Law Minister, responding to that, saying Congress should come out of their own illusions. Now, these are, in fact, the comments that have been made. Let's get you the final one, where Sonia Gandhi has said discrimination happens in the name of religion under the Modi government. And you've got Kiren Rijiju saying that the Congress's agenda is clear. It's against the country. So these are some of the highlights of what Sonia Gandhi has said and the government's response. Let's get you details of what the Gandhis, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, said just about an hour ago in Wayanad, where Rahul Gandhi was speaking, now disqualified Congress MP from his former seat, Wayanad, and lashed out at the Modi government. Here's what they said.
The MP, Member of Parliament, is just a tag. MP, Member of Parliament, another കേവലം ഒരു വര മാത്രമാണ്, ഒരു ടാഗ് മാത്രമാണ്. It's a position, it's a post. അതൊരു സാങ്കല്പികമായ അധികാരസ്ഥാനം മാത്രമാണ്. So the BJP can take away the tag. BJPക്ക് എന്റെ മേൽവിലാസത്തെ എടുത്തു മാറ്റുവാൻ സാധിച്ചേക്കാം. They can take away the position. എന്റെ സ്ഥാനത്തെ എടുത്തു മാറ്റുവാൻ സാധിച്ചേക്കാം. They can take away the house. എന്റെ ഭവനത്തെ എടുത്തു മാറ്റാൻ സാധിച്ചേക്കാം. They can put me in jail. എന്നെ ജയിലിൽ അടയ്ക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചേക്കാം. But they cannot stop me from representing the people of Wayanad. എന്നാൽ ജനങ്ങളെ, വയനാട്ടിലെ ജനങ്ങളെ പ്രതികരിക്കുന്നതിനും എന്നെ പ്രതിരോധിക്കുവാൻ ബിജെപിക്ക് സാധ്യമല്ല.
I heard some ministers of the BJP saying that the Congress party has taken one man's issue and is making it out of to be an issue of democracy. It seems to me to be exactly the opposite. The entire government and the BJP are trying to turn our democracy upside down just to protect one man. His name is Gautam Adani. Our Prime Minister feels responsible to defend Mr. Adani, but he feels no responsibility towards the people of India.
So it's clear that the Congress in 2024 is setting their agenda already, and they're going to stick to the Adani narrative. Let's get you details now of another big political headline. This is Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman lashing out at all of the Western perception propaganda that's being spread about minorities being unsafe in India. Here's a report of her message to all the Western countries, saying first visit the country and then talk about the plight of minorities.
If there is a perception their lives are difficult or made difficult with the support of the state, will the Muslim population be growing than what it was in 1947?
Speaking at the Peterson Institute for International Economics in Washington, D.C. on Monday, the finance minister hit out at the negative perception of India built by sections in the West. The minister compared the state of minorities in Pakistan and India to drive home her point.
Every minority has been dwindling in its number, or if I may use the word which is harsher, decimated in Pakistan. Whereas in India, you would find every strand of Muslim doing their business, their children getting educated, fellowships are being given by the government.
The minister invited those with negative perceptions of India to visit the country and find for themselves the truth.
I would only say, come have a look at what's happening in India, rather than listen to perceptions being built by people who have not even visited on the ground and who produce reports.
Sitharaman also spoke on the economic revival in India after the COVID-19 pandemic.
Government's policy played to the spirit of wanting to come out by the people of India, and that I would put in essence was the reason behind this revival and a sustained growth.
Sitharaman also met with an American Sikh delegation. The Sikh team condemned the anti-India Khalistani movements around the world, saying a handful of them were given a bad name to the entire Sikh community. Nirmala Sitharaman is in Washington to attend the spring meetings of the World Bank and the IMF. She will chair the second G20 finance ministers and central bank governors meeting. Bureau Report, India Today.
So what is this Western perception that Nirmala Sitharaman is referring to? Let's get you details of some comments that have been made by countries of late about India and how Nirmala has chosen to counter that. The United States recently has claimed that India has witnessed significant human rights violations in 2022. Read further into that report and they talk about how minorities are treated, to which Nirmala Sitharaman has responded saying the Muslim population is only growing right now in India. Let's also get your other comments that have been made in other reports. The United States also said religious freedom in India is under threat, and this is something that they've stated repeatedly year after year. Nirmala Sitharaman in United States, in Washington, has said Muslims live a normal life in India, also going on to say that they actually thrive in the country. Now, the US also said that there were attacks on minorities in India through 2021, through the year, and then in their report went on to refer to several instances of minorities being in fear. Nirmala Sitharaman has responded saying violence prevailed against Muhajirs, against Shias in Pakistan. Why is nobody talking about how their plight is really in Pakistan? The new Indian citizenship law is discriminatory against Muslims. This was a narrative that spread across the world, with many expressing concern over it. And clearly Nirmala Sitharaman said that there is no question of discrimination being done since 2014, since Modi came to power. There's been no question of discrimination. The final report also saying here on religious freedom notes mob attacks in India. Nirmala Sitharaman saying the Indian government gives fellowship to Muslims. And essentially her message is, look at the plight of minorities in Pakistan. Look at how they're doing in India. They're growing, they're thriving in the country, and thereby setting the record straight on this issue that's been much debated about abroad. I'm slipping into a short break here on 6 p.m. Prime. Coming up on the other side, we're focusing on news from Tamil Nadu, where the RSS statewide march has now been granted a go-ahead by the Supreme Court, despite the Stalin government repeatedly attempting to stall it by approaching the courts. We'll get you details on that in just a bit. Welcome back. The IPL is on. The IPL fever is everywhere. It's also hit the Tamil Nadu Assembly. There's a controversy that's broken out over CSK, as a PMK MLA in Assembly has sought a ban on CSK, questioning why there are no Tamil players in the team. And that's not all. There's been a detailed discussion also with the AIADMK saying reserve match tickets for us. And that's when Udayanidhi Stalin got up as the sports minister, taunted the AIADMK saying, why don't you ask Jay Shah? He is the BCCI head, and if you ask him, we'll get those tickets. If we ask, it won't come to us. Let's play out for you exactly what Udayanidhi Stalin said when he took the Jay Shah jibe.
கொறடா அண்ணன் வேலுமணி அவர்கள் சென்னை சேப்பாக்கம் ஸ்டேடியத்தில் நடக்கின்ற ஐபிஎல் மேட்சிற்கு டிக்கெட் வேண்டும், ஏற்பாடு செய்ய வேண்டும் என்று கேட்டிருந்தார். 4 வருஷமா இங்கே மேட்சே நடக்கலை. நீங்கள் யாருக்கு டிக்கெட் வாங்கி கொடுத்தீங்க, எப்போ வாங்கி கொடுத்தீங்கன்னு தெரியல. 4 வருஷமா இங்கே சென்னையில் மேட்சே நடக்கலை. இப்பொழுதுதான் முதல் 4 வருட பிறகு மேட்ச் நடக்குது. நான் என்னுடைய சொந்த செலவில் ஒரு மேட்சுக்கும் என்னுடைய தொகுதியிலிருந்து 150 கிரிக்கெட் விளையாட்டு வீரர்களை என்னுடைய சொந்த செலவில் டிக்கெட் வாங்கி அவங்கள நான் கூட்டிகிட்டு போய் அந்த மேட்சை பார்க்க வைக்க கூட்டிகிட்டு வரேன். இந்த ஐபிஎல் வந்து யார் நடத்துகிறாங்கன்னா பிசிசிஐ. அது யாருன்னா வந்து உங்களுடைய நெருங்கிய நண்பர் அமித்ஷா இருக்கார்ல, அவருடைய பையன் ஜெய்ஷா இருக்கார்ல, அவர் தான் அதுக்கு ஹெட்டு. நீங்கள் அவர்கிட்ட பேசி, நாங்கள் சொன்னால் அவர் கேட்க மாட்டார், நீங்கள் சொன்னால் கேட்பார். நீங்கள் அவர்கிட்ட சொல்லி அத்தனை சட்டமன்ற உறுப்பினர்களுக்கும் ஒரு 5 டிக்கெட் கொடுத்தா கூட போதும், நாங்கள் காசு கொடுத்து கூட வாங்கிக்கிறோம். ஏன்னா அது வேறு ஏதாவது கணக்கில் சேர்த்துருவீங்க.
So Pramod Madhav is joining us live from Chennai with more details on that. Two interesting issues that were brought up, all with regards to CSK in the Tamil Nadu Assembly. Pramod, run us through that and this interesting exchange where Udayanidhi Stalin is saying, ask Jaisha if you want tickets.
Akshita, it was actually a triple shocker from the assembly today, because first we never thought that TMK MLA would seek a ban on CSK, that too in Tamil Nadu, pointing out that there are no players from the state of Tamil Nadu in CSK. Venkateswaran said that the Chennai Super Kings carries the name of the Tamil Nadu capital and still there is no player from the state of Tamil Nadu. Then came another shocker from SP Velumani, who sought tickets for AIDMK MLAs and had said this is an allegation that nearly 400 tickets were sought out, but nothing was given to AIDMK MLAs, and said that earlier AIDMK government used to give tickets. This is where the third shocker, that is Udayanidhi Stalin's reply, who said that there was no IPL match for the past 4 years. And if you want to get tickets, you better talk to your friend Amit Shah, because his son Jaisha is the one who heads the BCCI, who is responsible for IPL matches. Now, SP Velumani's reply was not telecasted. He was not also allowed to speak over there because the discussion was over. So in the assembly, where the people's mandate and people's problems are to be discussed, today the discussion, a certain part of it was about CSK and IPL. Akshita.
All right, interesting discussion taking place there in the Tamil Nadu Assembly. Not sure if many would agree with the demand for a ban on CSK because there are no Tamil players. But thanks, Pramod, for getting us those details. Another big headline that came in from Tamil Nadu. The Stalin government for the last many months has been creating one legal hurdle after another for the RSS's proposed statewide march. And now in a big relief for the Sangh, you had the Supreme Court giving the go-ahead for the RSS rally to be held. And thereby, it means the Stalin government now has no options, no reprieve left. They have to go ahead and help the RSS, provide security to them to go ahead with this rally. The RSS has been given the green flag for its mega statewide march in Tamil Nadu. After the Stalin government approached the Supreme Court in a last-ditch attempt to stall the RSS rally, the Apex Court today dismissed all pleas from the government and gave the go-ahead. The Madras High Court had on February 10th allowed the route marches despite the state refusing permission, citing a threat of attack on the marchers from banned outfit PFI. The government proposed that the rally be restricted to 2 districts, which the RSS then contested. The Sangh, countering the government's narrative, maintained that other organizations were allowed to hold similar rallies.
It's correct that the Supreme Court has upheld the High Court order, saying that the procession without conditions, no condition, should be granted, and the Supreme Court has dismissed the SLPs. We have to wait for the detailed order and see what it says exactly.
The BJP has hailed the Supreme Court order and said the attempt to block the RSS rally exposed the Stalin government's agenda. The verdict has also sparked a war of words between the BJP and the DMK in Tamil Nadu.
The Supreme Court has dismissed their appeal. At least from now, Mr. Stalin should understand, we should give values for the society, should give values for the discipline, organization like RSS, and I think they may not change, but this is definitely an ideological battle which we have won.
No, that is the matter, but the Supreme Court had ordered, so the government will look into it and take necessary steps in that regard, because it is for the government to decide on this. So let us wait and what the government takes, we will wait and see.
With the proposed RSS rally now getting the green signal after months of legal fight with the DMK government, the onus will remain on the state to ensure adequate security for the RSS rally. With Pramod Madhav in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today. Now let's get you details of what's happening in Rajasthan, where Sachin Pilot again has spoken out against Ashok Gehlot, even holding a fast from 11 a.m. all the way up to 4 p.m. We get you details in this next report about what Pilot's grouse is now.
The Congress split wide open in Rajasthan. Former Deputy Chief Minister Sachin Pilot is on the warpath. In a fresh attack on Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot, Pilot on Tuesday staged a symbolic hunger strike. Pilot's protest against corruption has put his own party in a spot. The former Deputy Chief Minister has accused the Gehlot government of shielding BJP leader Vasundhara Raje in corruption cases.
वसुंधरा जी के कार्यकाल में जो तमाम गड़बड़ घोटाले हुए, जिन घोटालों को भ्रष्टाचार को उजागर करने के लिए हम लोग सड़कों पर उतरे, जेलों में गए, हमने आंदोलन किए, उनको उजागर करने के लिए हम लोगों ने एक प्रतिबद्धता स्थापित करी थी। और अब जब हम सरकार में हैं और 4 साल से ज़्यादा का समय बीत गया, मैं उम्मीद करता था अब तक कार्रवाई होगी, लेकिन कार्रवाई हुई नहीं। इसलिए आज मैंने उस सरकार के करप्शन जो मामले थे उन पर कार्रवाई हो, इसको लेकर आज अनशन रखा है और मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि कार्रवाई होगी।
Pilot has defied the party leadership by going ahead with his dharna. The High Command has issued a stern warning to the dissident leader late Monday night. The Congress, in a statement, called Pilot's day-long fast an anti-party activity. It said if Pilot had any issue with his own government, it can be discussed in party forums instead of in the media and public. Pilot's defiance has stunned the Congress, which itself is divided on the issue.
अरे जो भी बात है वो घर में होनी चाहिए ना, घर से बाहर नहीं होनी चाहिए। अब आप मुझसे पूछ रहे हो तो वो भी मैं वही गलती करूं जो कोई और कर रहा है। अगर मेरे मन में कोई बात होगी तो मैं मुख्यमंत्री जी से अवश्य मिलूंगा, कहूंगा, वो मेरे मित्र हैं, दोस्त हैं, हम उनका सम्मान करते हैं। अगर कुछ पार्टी के हित में होगा तो मैं उनसे कहूंगा।
He is on hunger strike not against Mr. Gehlot, for an inquiry against Vasundhara Raje ji. He is raising an issue regarding corruption of Vasundhara Raje and her government. That is not anti-party.
Chief Minister Gehlot has maintained silence on the controversy. On Tuesday, he released a video listing his government's achievements.
सिर्फ राजस्थान में 10 लाख रुपए का दुर्घटना बीमा दिया गया जा रहा है बिना किसी प्रीमियम के। इस तरह से और भी बहुत सारे ऐतिहासिक फैसले किए गए हैं जिनसे राजस्थान के लोगों को महंगाई से राहत मिलेगी।
The factional feud in the Congress is ammunition for the BJP.
वो इस सरकार में, गहलोत सरकार में कोयले घोटाले की खरीद घोटाले की बात करते, महंगी बिजली खरीद घोटाले की बात करते, वो टीएडी के अंदर फर्नीचर घोटाले के नाम पर जनजाति के जिस तरह बजट का दुरुपयोग किया उसकी बात करते। इन कई अनुत्तरित बातें हैं, उनकी बात करते तो बहुत अच्छा रहता। मैं समझता हूँ कहीं पे निगाहें, कहीं पे निशाना चलेगा नहीं।
Sachin Pilot has opened a new front against Gehlot. But what is his endgame? How far will Pilot, who has been denied the Chief Minister's post despite an assurance from the Gandhis, go with the rebellion? Bureau Report, India Today.
That's all we have time for in this edition of 6 p.m. Prime. Thanks very much for tuning in. Coming up on the other side is all the political action coming in from Karnataka. Nabila Jamal joins you live from Bengaluru, telling you all about the drama surrounding the BJP's candidate list.
presented by Star Health Insurance, the health insurance specialist.
New twist in BJP ticket Nataka. BJP strongman Ishwarappa quits politics. Congress takes a ding, calls BJP a sinking ship. Delay in BJP's poll list gives Congress MO. Congress's BJP scared to lose polls jibe. State of war Karnataka in top gear. Our top focus at 6:30 p.m. with Nabila Jamal.
A very good evening. You're watching India Today, State of War Karnataka with me, Nabila Jamal. And in our show here today, a big update. The BJP now facing a revolt that they've never seen before. Right ahead of their candidate list that's due to be announced today, we believe there are a bunch of them within the BJP who are really apprehensive whether or not their names are going to be on the list. The BJP now being accused of being confused. They're not releasing a list because they seem confused. That's what the rival parties here in Karnataka claim. But on the contrary, it appears that the BJP High Command is certain, unless and until a proper list comes out where they're involving fresh faces, giving way to new names, the ones who can actually take the party forward, the list will not be clear. In fact, India Today has the biggest inside track in an all-exclusive update here. Our sources tell us very clearly that Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself has been unhappy with the first list that was presented to them by the state unit of Karnataka. This is the big news that we're bringing to you right here on India Today, an exclusive India Today news, as we see the exclusive news track.